Hello, welcome back to Mercy's channel. I am so happy you were able to come back again. Once again, you have tuned into Finding Mercy. This is all about the story of my life. In this story of my life has been categorized in two stages. The first stage will deal with all the experiences I had as a little girl growing up until my teenage age. The second stage will be mostly about my adulthood experiences till I got married and until where I am today. And I really want to break down the phases of these stories so that if you happen to be one of the three categories of people that have tuned into this channel, you probably might be one of my friends or anyone in my network that I've passed this channel across to. That means you need to pass it along. There has to be somebody in your network that will be very much encouraged by my story. So please make sure you pass it along, okay? And then the second category of people that this channel is meant for are the people that are currently dealing with situations like mine. People that are probably you have passed through it or you are still dealing with it. This channel is for you to find hope, find faith, and find strength and courage, knowing that if the Lord's mercy has kept me from every detail that I passed through as a little girl and as an adult, the same God will get you through it. The last category of people that will be coming across this channel will be those people that never intended to be here, but God intentionally brought you here to bring healing and restorations to you. So whichever one of these three categories that you fall in, I am so happy you are here. You have been prayed in to this channel. So once again, I welcome you. Now we are going to continue from where I left off the last video. I mentioned how I moved from my house into joining a relative that has promised to take care of me. Since my mother raising 8 kids, at that moment it was 6 of us because she already lost 2 kids. So because of the challenges that she's dealing with, it was really a very huge help that somebody from our extended family have reached out to take me to live with her. But the question I left off with was what happened at that home. So when I moved into this home, I believe I was between the age of 7 and 8. Life goes on. Everything seems to be working well. I was right away into school. Then it was like elementary school. I was very excited that at least I can go to school. And of course, I go to church because this family are Christian, God-fearing family. So I continued my life with them until one day at school, some of my friends comes to school, they have things, they have money and they keep buying stuff. And I was like, okay, I don't have any money to buy anything. But as a little girl, you know how that is. I went home and I saw some coins on the table. And then those coins, we call them back in Nigeria, 10 kobo. Here it could be like a penny. So I wasn't even thinking about the value of that money thing. But then I just took about 2 of them and went to school the following day just so I can fit in with buying stuff with my friends. I did that once and I came back the next day. I believe I did it twice. And then the third day, I came home from school and the woman that I was living with, she called me and she said, "Did you take money from my table?" And I frozen. I was like, I couldn't say no, I couldn't say yes. But you know what that means? She said, "By the time I'm done with you, you will never dream of stealing anybody's money in your entire life." I was really scared just hearing that because I don't know what that means. I don't know what she's about to do. But what she did which one of my relatives helped her to do, was in the night. I was called into the bedroom. When I came in that bedroom, one of my relatives that came with her, that was in the room with her, they both held my hand and tied my hand and tied my feet, and they started spanking me. And as they were spanking me, I was really screaming. I was screaming, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. And after they were done, spanking me, they used a razor. They used a razor to give me 3 lines of mark on my forehead and on my face. And as they were doing that, they were telling me that this is for you to know that you should never be stealing in your life. And the relative that came was shocked at that moment, because it seems like what had happened was not what that they planned at first. And the next thing I can remember from that night was finding myself at my mother's place. And when I got home, one of my relatives, because with this story, intentionally, no names will be mentioned. And I'm not sharing this story because I have any type of hatred on any of my family members. I'm sharing this story because it needs to touch some lives. Because believe it or not, there could be a child still dealing with what I dealt with, still going through what I went through. So that's just what this story is about. So I was crying when I got home, and one of my relatives that saw me, she was really, really upset. She said, who in the world would put a permanent mark on a child's face, even if that child killed somebody? And that was, that statement got me confused, because I was confused on what really could make my family member or a woman that has promised to take care of me give me a mark that could bring blood out of my face. But I thank God, because you know what? Just like my name, God's mercy has been following me. I went through these situations and I came out of it, and my life went on. And at some point, I started noticing another changes in my relationship with my father. And that was the one that got me again. So during that time, I decided that I'm going to have to sit with my mom and ask her some questions about my father, so that I can understand why I was being treated the way I was treated by him. Everything that happened in that scenario, I will be sharing in my next video. So see you in the next video. Bye-bye.